Oh, okay, good, good, good. So yeah, so we'll
But
probably
again, I'm not giving you, that's a different state, different town.
right. Okay. So right, but well, I'm just getting your input on information about the area because I'm not real familiar with it. But I actually live in near Syracuse. Um,
You should come down the day before and take a ride so you know the lay of the land.
Oh yeah, we're coming up. I'm gonna be there Friday night, and then Saturday I'm gonna be talking to people in the community about the stuff that you're familiar with, like the blood issue and the child sexual abuse and all that within the Jehovah's Witnesses.
We've had that too. I've had members call me up. They've had one sexual abuse one of the elders, and because she reported it, they shunned her. The spouse had moved to Hawaii.
Oh my God, you're joking.
Yeah? Well,
That's just so, and that's
if you stem from an individual that was having Bible studies at his house and he got the kid liquored up and he took advantage of him.
oh my God. See, that's exactly.
I actually had a thing with the elders because since it's not like a confessional thing with Catholic priests. I mean, it was like I told the elders, I said, if I find out you guys are hiding or harboring anybody, I'm gonna lock you up.
I'm so glad to hear that. It's such a problem. It's systematic.
No, it's very, very, very true. And unless you live through it or know about it, you can't understand it.
Yeah, and it doesn't get the press. It does not get the attention that, say, Scientology or any other group does, and it just boggles my mind because they actually have a policy book that tells them if there's not a second witness to the sexual abuse that they sweep it under the rug. And
Oh no, they do.
it's unreal. I mean, and that's
A lot of them down here, and what they have is there was one elder that was uh, counseling young mothers and females that was abusing them apparently or assaulted them all aware. Another all they did is strip them from being an elder.
yeah, and that's it. They treat it like a sin instead of an actual crime, you know?
Well, it's because they think that men are the kings.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what they think. And that's why we're coming out, man. That's why we're coming out.
You think more women would be ticked off about it?
I know. I know.
All right, well, good luck. I'll make sure we just want to make sure everybody's safe, and I know that they're gonna probably call if they see a pig because they think nobody else has that right but them. But
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering because see, I called that state park about 3 months prior to this whole thing.
yeah, I talked to the superintendent. They don't.
I just don't understand it. Now all of a sudden there's an event planned there, even though I let them know months in advance.
Which park did you want to go to now?
State park at the Shepherd Lake there, just to gather.
That's a pretty big thing. I don't know what event they have planned, but it's a big park.
That's what I was gonna say. No matter what event he's trying to tell me is there, there's still room for other people. It's a public state park and it's huge, right?
Yeah, it's big.
So I don't know if somebody got to him, if maybe the witnesses called him and tried to
No, they did. In all honesty, they did reach out to the Warwick Police Department.
They did.
Yeah, they're concerned. They did.
Yeah.
Just like I'm reaching out to you. They did.
Well, I definitely, I understand the concern, but what I want you guys to know and everyone else is that we're not trying to stir any trouble here, okay? This is a very low-key, peaceful thing we're trying to do just to cause some awareness. That's it.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you need anything, let me know. But I just want to, if anything changes, let me know. I just don't want anybody,
Sure.
any action happening, if you know what I mean.
Sure. Okay, so you got my number. Is this a good number to reach you from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Well, thank you very much for calling. I appreciate it.
Okay, goodbye.
Have a great day. Bye.
Hey, Josh. So far, it's myself and Brian Parker. You expressed an interest in being called Parker. Does that apply to everyone?
Yeah, just call me Parker.
Okay, sure thing. Okay, so we're waiting for the lieutenant and anyone else. I think refer to as Parker.
It's not a big deal, guys. You can call me whatever you want.
All right. Well, with that said, I'd like to again thank everybody for calling. I just wanted to get everybody up to speed on the chain of events that led us to this point. In speaking with Parker, he had shared that he had called the park office a few months ago and, expressed an interest in visiting and was told that he didn't need a permit. I wasn't the one that spoke to him, so I don't know the conversation. I had become aware of the Craigslist post as well as the YouTube video, and upon looking at it, it struck me as something that might require a permit, so I reached out directly to him via the Craigslist posting, and he got back in touch with me via telephone, letting me know he was confused because he had contacted us already about whether or not he needed a permit. And our conversation was brief, but I had expressed, an interest as to whether maybe, he had downplayed the event, as to whether it would need a permit, and he assured me that, what he was doing, what he was interested in doing on park property was just simply a picnic. So if that is in fact the case, I would say that a permit would not be needed. I just wanted to give everybody an opportunity so we could communicate and be on the same page. I had shared with Parker our requirements for events and, provided a brief list of things that we would normally require events.
Could you just go over what was you found online and what it stated so we're on the same page?
I'm also curious, sorry to interrupt, I'm also curious which video you saw.
Okay. The Craigslist ad I'm pulling up now. It was just a general warning the public about Jehovah's Witness, and it just basically explains the timeline of what the grassroots gathering would be, and it describes a little bit behind what, I guess the beefs of the organization are, and I guess what they're trying to bring.
Maybe Parker can describe this, but is this event a picnic or is this a protest?
Well, I'd be happy to answer that for you. I think the confusion here is that we're meshing all of the events together, which is not how we have it planned. We do have a protest planned for Sunday at 3:30 at the Jehovah's Witness facility in Warwick, New York. And I've talked to the police about that, and we are organizing that. It's a separate issue completely. The gathering that we're having in Ringwood Park is simply that. We're just gathering there as activists and friends and just having association. I just wanted to say a few words about me. My name is Parker, as was already stated. I back our blue 100%, and I definitely respect law enforcement to the utmost possible. I'm a security guard. I definitely have a high regard for the law, and there's definitely nothing I want to be involved with that could even come close to be illegal or breaking the law. So I want you guys to perhaps maybe have your minds laid to rest on that as far as that goes. That's all we're literally planning on doing, is gathering at the park there at Ringwood. I have a small radio with a microphone just to talk to my immediate people that'll be gathered there, and that's it. We're going to share stories about what we've been through, and it's going to be a healing thing because a lot of us have been through a lot because of the organization. There's been a lot of abuse. There's been a lot of trauma, and that's the gist of the event, guys.
How many do you anticipate having at this gathering?
Well, on social media, we only have 22 confirmed attending. Now, that doesn't mean that there won't be more because it's been an open invitation. I'm guessing at the very most, maximum, we might see 50 people. And I also wanted to extend an invitation to all of you to be there as well. I would love to have you guys there and listen to hear, the things that we're going to be talking about, because this does affect everyone in the community. And it's something that, the headquarters of this religion is right in your backyard, so it might be interesting for you to hear the things that we have to say.
So when I saw reports of 7,000 people, is that what you're expecting for the protest at the headquarters, not the picnic?
7,000? I'm sorry?
That's a number that I've seen, in emails. I don't know where people got this from, but I saw that number being circulated. So I just
7,000.
Yeah, that's why we're concerned about this.
Oh, wow. Can I ask where that came from? Do you have any idea where that came from?
Lieutenant, do you want to describe where that came from? I cannot confirm where it came from. There was reports that maybe it came from Ringwood PD, but my best guess at this point, just based on looking at everything, is that was an exaggerated number.
Yes, I would say that would be a grossly exaggerated number. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We have a lot of enemies. We have a lot of people in the Watchtower organization. We have a lot of people in our own ranks who want to see us fail, simply because that's human nature, I guess. I think that there's been a lot of disinformation, and there's been a lot of blowing this thing way out of proportion, and I want to apologize for that. And honestly, I feel bad for wasting your time, because honestly, it's a very low-key thing that's going to happen, and I don't know. I'm honored to be approached, though, and I'm glad that you guys are reaching out and making sure that the situation is safe and everything. So.
I think our concern is that we just want to make sure that we're comfortable with what's being said, because we've seen times when people say something's going to be very small and then it turns out to be very different. So we're just trying to do our due diligence to make sure that what happens is safe and within basically a safe event.
Absolutely, that's my interest as well.
So you referred to you had a lot of enemies, and I don't want to make any editorial comment one way or the other about that, which leads to another question. So, depending on what happens with your group on Saturday, then do you anticipate that the people you referred to as enemies may also come there and may try to see what's going on, or try to inject themselves or interject themselves some way?
I mean, anything's possible. I don't find that particularly likely, though, because I've not seen a lot of these people who I referred to as enemies actually do anything physically or that requires any real energy. Like, the people that I refer to as enemies are people that are your general haters and hacklers in the comment section of any YouTube video or Facebook post. And generally, these people don't show a lot of motivation or energy as far as actually doing things. So I'm not incredibly worried about anything like that, no.
Do you have a location that you plan to be in the park? How do you anticipate organizing or grouping together, and what's your plan in terms of where you would be?
As far as just the gathering at the park, there's no real organization needed. It's more of just a relaxed hanging out in the general area of the Shepherd Lake and talking to each other in a close proximity somewhere along the lake. I noticed it's a big, wide open area. Maybe down by the water, or perhaps on that grass bank where the picnic tables are. Just whatever's available.
Okay, that's fine.
Parker, I had shared, and maybe you didn't see it. I do have another event taking place at that location on Sunday.
So, 25 to 50 people could be accommodated. However, excuse me, really technically the use of a PA system could potentially disrupt, what they're doing. I can offer Ringwood Manor as a backup, but I would really prefer we don't use Shepherd Lake since there's another event already taking place, and they did secure a permit for that.
Yeah.
In advance.
Well, hey, I mean, listen, I kind of already set up Shepherd Lake and all of our communications with everyone, because I spoke to you guys and there was nothing going on at the time. And my little speaker, it's not even a PA system, guys. It's a radio, and it's not something that's even going to be heard past the immediate area where me and my friends might be gathered. But if we get there and it seems like there's not enough room or whatever, if you guys decide, hey, whatever you're doing, we don't like it, then yeah, we'll move over to the manor. That's perfectly fine. But we at least want to gather at the Shepherd Lake, seeing as how that's where everyone's planned on being, and it would just, at this point, it would be difficult to tell everyone, change of plans, we're going here. That would be something that would be much easier to do once everyone's gathered at the pond. We can say, okay, so Shepherd Manor, or the manor is down the road, a block, a mile, whatever. Let's go. You see what I'm saying?
Let me just make sure. I'm sorry if I didn't. You said this earlier and I didn't write it down. The big protest gathering is on Sunday at the headquarters up in Warwick, right?
Yes, sir. At 3:30 is when we are. We're probably going to carpool, as to not, have a bunch of cars moving around. We'll probably carpool from Shepherd Lake and drive to the facility, and that's where the actual.
I'm sorry. So you want to be at the Jersey side on both Saturday and Sunday?
No, I'm sorry. Sunday is the gathering and the protest. They're just not at the same place. The gathering is at Ringwood at 1 o'clock from 1 to 5, right? Well,
okay.
somewhere abouts in the middle of that time period, we're thinking around 3:30, we're going to leave Shepherd Lake to the Warwick facility of the Jehovah's Witnesses and protest. The idea was to talk to the governing body members, the leaders of the Jehovah's Witness organization, and actually have them come back with us to the park to have a discussion. We know that's not going to happen. They won't even answer the phone. They won't even talk to us on the phone. So we know that that's not actually going to happen. But it's just a gesture that we're reaching out to them, and we want to have a conversation and see if there's a compromise that can be made that can stop these child molesters from being swept under the rug and hidden and not referred to the authorities. Saturday is a completely different thing. Saturday, we're actually doing a little community outreach thing. We're going to be walking, talking to people, at businesses and in the communities or whatever of Warwick, New York. It has nothing to do with New Jersey.
Okay. Well, in response to your request to still have, still set up shop, so to speak, at Shepherd Lake, I'll have myself or a representative at the lake, and we'll get a feel for the way that the event is set up.
Sure.
And I guess at your request, we can make a determination if it's going to conflict, and make a game time decision, if you will, as to whether you could stay there or if I need to move you over to the manor.
That's perfectly reasonable, and I appreciate that.
Lieutenant, do you have anything you want to add?
Talking.
The only real question or concern I have at this point is, I think it was on October 26th, Parker, you posted another video that this protest was picked up by the media.
Yes, sir.
What do you, in reference to media, do you expect them to be at the lake? Do you expect it strictly just at the protest?
Okay, so it's the Canadian, I'm trying to remember the actual branch of the media in Canada. I don't remember the numbers or the station exactly, but it's an investigative reporter who is going to cover our event Saturday in the community outreach in Warwick. and she's also going to be filming the protest, and I think she probably is going to want to get a shot of us gathered at the park. If that's a problem at Shepherd Lake, we'd be more than happy to save that for, say, the manor, if that's what's preferred.
Eric or Josh, I'll leave that to you guys.
Yeah, Eric, I'm going to leave that to your discretion, Eric.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it would be a bit potentially confusing to have maybe the reporter there. Would they be engaging any of the other the event participants or anything like that? They're just solely going to be focused on your group?
Oh, no. They would not be engaging anyone else outside of our group. No.
Okay. That would be my primary concern. If what you're going to do at the lake is suitable to stay there, and you guys can work, coexist there on that day without too much confusion, I'm fine with you there. My only concern would be, the amplification, but you're telling me that that's pretty low-key. And then as long as you don't engage any of the other members, like members of the public or members of the part of the special event going on, then from what I'm hearing from your explanation, that I wouldn't necessarily need to move forward with a permit. If the event that you're going to deliver or the gathering you're going to have at Ringwood is just as you describe it, I'm confident, that it wouldn't require a permit as you've described it.
Sure. And if at any point you feel that it's not as I described it, like I said, let us know. I'm inviting you guys to be there, and we will be more than happy to move to the other location.
Okay. Let me just want to add one thing. If Parker, as you said, there seemed to be some confusion between at least at this end, between the protest activities up in Warwick and the gathering at Ringwood. What's to say that other members of your organization or anybody else who's interested also won't have that same confusion? And obviously the concern being, do we end up with a lot of people who are confused and end up showing up for a gathering, so we have really way too many people for the and not enough state personnel there.
Well, as I said, we've only got 22 people confirmed to be in the area of Warwick, New Jersey for the weekend total. That's how many we have confirmed. Of course, there could be more people who have not confirmed on social media. But if there are more people, they also would have to be making travel plans, lodging plans, and whatnot and what have you. So it's not a situation where people are just going to really start just piling in out of nowhere. I'm very confident that there will not be more than 50 people there. Now, we are reaching out to the community Saturday and inviting them to see us in Ringwood, but I'm also not very confident that very many of those will actually take us up on that offer.
Okay. I guess my final question or request would be, Parker, if you do get information or feel that the size of the gathering is going to be larger than what we're talking about, I think you have ways to contact me.
Yes, sir.
If you could get in contact with me, if we do in fact need to discuss, an alternate location or something different than what we've talked about today.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I'd request something more affirmative, maybe, Parker. If you know all of a sudden there's going to be a lot of people, that you reach out as suggested, but maybe if in any event by Friday you can let the people you've been emailing with
know the number that you've gotten confirmed.
Okay. The people I've been emailing, wait, who are we?
Yeah, I think at the Eric, were you on it or Josh on an email? I believe the only emails that have gone back and forth have been between Parker and myself, and we had a phone conversation also. Okay, so I'm sorry, was that Josh speaking or Eric? Oh, I'm sorry, that's Eric from Ringwood. Okay, so Eric, Parker, if you could let Eric know sometime, maybe midday on Friday, what the confirmed number is.
Sure. Yes, I would be more than happy to give him an update Friday, either via email or phone conversation. I'm gonna try my best to get a total number of confirmed, an updated total number of confirmed people for him for Friday. I don't think it's changed very much, if at all. Give or take maybe 5 or 6 people. We'll have to wait and see. But I will get that for him for sure.
Okay, great. Appreciate it. Does anyone else have any other concerns, comments, questions? What's that? Oh, well, it sounds like we might be losing somebody or my connection's going bad.
Hey, before we go, were you able to figure out exactly which video it was you watched? I'm just curious because it's probably my video and it'll tickle me a little bit.
I believe it was. Let me refer back to my email quickly.
That's okay. You can tell me later. It's not a big deal.
Sure. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know on when we talk next for sure. Which one I watched.
Sure.
All right. I guess that from my standpoint, that would conclude the conference call, unless somebody else had.
If I could just add one small thing for the state officials. John, do you anticipate us still needing to have another phone call tomorrow?
No, I think we're good. I'll be around, or we'll be around if you think we should discuss further. But I think we're good.
Okay. And what about you, Lieutenant? Sir, I'm fine. Okay. All right.
Well, thanks everybody for your time, and I appreciate you calling in, and I'm glad we were able to have this discussion. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, so somebody told the law enforcement and the state park that we were going to have 7,000 people gathered. Huh. That's interesting. I wonder who would do such a thing. Well, I mean, there's a lot of answers to that question, but the first person that comes to my mind is, the biggest alarmists in the world, and that's the Jehovah's Witnesses. They are really freaked out and scared to death, and they're using scare tactics to turn the community, law enforcement, and the parks against us. Outstanding. I love it to see a caged animal freaking out, backed into a corner. How low will they go?